Let's look at this question here. Find the mean, median, mode, and range. There are 9 students in the baking club. They decided to bake muffins this week. Here is how many muffins were baked by each student. There are the numbers. What is the mean, median, mode, and range of this data? What should be my first step before I do anything? Angela, let's put the numbers in order. So here are the numbers in order. I wrote them at the top. The reason why I wrote them at the top is because I'm going to repeatedly need this information. That's why they're at the top. And then I crossed them out so I don't get mixed up. So find the mean. So step 1 is done. How do I calculate the mean of this data? Tell me how to do it. Yep.
Find the sum.
Find the sum. So find the sum. And the sum of this data is 90, right? So when you add up all these numbers here, it's 90, right? Step 3. What is step 3 that we talked about? Yep. Find out how many numbers are in the data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 numbers. And step 4 would be, Saba, you divide these two. And that gives us 10. So the mean is 10. So mean equals 10. The median. What is the median of this data? And how do I get the median? Hasher. So let's look at this one here. So you have to find out which is the middle number, right? So there are 9 numbers in the data set. So do we actually have a middle number?
Yeah.
We do. So 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So there's 4 numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 numbers here. This is our median. And that's it. So you have to put the numbers in order, find the middle number. What is the mode of this data? And what is mode? Fizza? So the number that repeats itself, and in this case, there's only one number that repeats itself, and that's 9. So what is range? So range is when you take the largest number subtracted by the smallest number. In this case, 16 minus 4. The range is 12. Here's the next part of the problem. A new student joined the baking club. With the new student, the mean is now 11 muffins baked. How many muffins did the new student bake? So we have to figure out how many muffins the new kid was able to bake. So the mean is now 11. So the mean was 10 from the above data. So let's bring this down. So now it's 11. So if the mean is higher, did this kid bake more or less? Mohammed? More. So this number has to be greater than 10. How can we solve this? In the first data set, there were 9 numbers here. Now there's 10. So you have this. Now I don't know where the data is going to fall, so I'm just going to rewrite it here again. So now we have 10 numbers. So 10 data, and we know that the mean equals 11. If we go back to this question here, we had the mean is 10, 9 pieces of data, and the opposite of division is multiplication. So if you work this one backwards, let me just draw an arrow, get away from all these little things here. Backwards, it would be 10 times 9 equals 90. So you would do the same thing here. To calculate this data, to calculate the mean, you must find the sum. But because we have an unknown number, we can't get the sum. So we have to put S for sum. We don't know it. So I'm using S. This way I know it's the sum of the data. Now there are 10, so you have to divide it by 10, because we know that in our fourth step here, it was 90 divided by 9. That's what we do to get this mean. But now we have the mean. So if we follow the same steps as we did here, sum divided by 10 equals 11. So what this is saying is 11 times 10 equals the sum. So we know the sum if we work backwards. 11 times 10 equals 110. The sum equals 110. So now that the sum is 110, how many muffins did the new student bake? Mohammed? 20. Because our old sum was 90, and it went from 90 to 110. 110 minus 90 equals 20. So the new kid baked 20. So with the new students, what is the median? Well, luckily these numbers, they're in order, because this new kid is a great baker. So now we have 10 numbers, remember? And if there's 10 numbers in the data, what do you need to do to find the median? Yeah, so what you would do is you would take the number 10 and divide it by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So there's 10 numbers divided by 2. That equals 5. And what you would do here is you would count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you would separate it like this. And when you do that, you have 2 medians. Put a box around the 2 numbers. So 9 plus 11 equals 20. And then you have to divide it by 2. So our median is now 10. Okay. Mode. Has the mode changed? No, it's still here. There's still 2 9s, so the mode is the same. And the range. We have a difference in range, I believe. Saba? Yeah, so range is 20 minus 4, 16. So now our mean is 11. So we're going to look at these 3 numbers here. Our mean is 11, our median is 10, our mode is 9. This is good data. These numbers are all close to each other. So now the range, it's a little big for this set of data, but it's not that bad. So we're just going to say that we have some pretty good data here. Okay? Because these are the 2 outliers. We've called these numbers the outliers. They're the ones at the end of the data and the start and the end of the data. So anyways, this is good data. We did a good job here.